In this problem, we want to find the slope of the graph of a function at a given point. So I got 8 x to the third y squared is equal to 64 at the point 2, 1. Well, first thing we need to do is take derivative, and we'll take derivative of everything where it's sitting. So we'll take the derivative of 8 x to the third y squared with respect to x, and we'll take the derivative of 64 with respect to x. Now this first one is a product rule. The 8x to the third will be our p, and the y squared will be our q. We need p prime. The derivative of 8x to the third is 24x squared. We also need q prime. Derivative of y squared is 2y. You take derivative just like normal, but then remember we have to add on our y prime, because we're taking derivative with respect to x, and it's really y. Now our formula says p prime excuse me, p prime q plus p q prime. P prime is 24x squared times q, which is y squared, plus p, which is 8x to the third, times q prime, which is 2y y prime, and derivative of 64 is 0. Let me double check myself here. Looks good. We got 24x squared y squared plus 8 times 2 is 16, x to the third y prime equals 0. Now we want to solve for y prime, so I'm going to go through my 5 steps. First step is get rid of parentheses, don't have any. Second step is get rid of fractions, don't have any. Third step is to get everything with y prime on one side, everything else on the other. So I'll take the 24x squared y squared to the right side. So we've got 16x to the third y prime is equal to negative 24x squared y squared. Remember, you take anything across equals, your sign changes. Now step 4 says if y prime is in 2 or more pieces. When I say pieces, I'm talking about what's separated by pluses and minuses. Well, this is just one piece over here. Now maybe terms or maybe anything, as long as you have y prime in 2 separate pieces separated by pluses and minuses. Last step, divide both sides by what's in front of / back of y prime. There's nothing behind it, but there's a 16x to the third y in front of it. So we'll divide both sides by that. So 16x to the third y, and we'll do the same thing over here. Divide both sides by 16x to the third y. 16's cancel here, the x to the thirds cancel, and the y's cancel. And we end up with y prime is equal to, and I can simplify this a little bit. 24 and 16 are both divisible by 8. So negative 24 divided by 8 is 3, and 16 divided by 8 is 2. Now here we have x squared, and here we have x to the third. Subtract your smaller exponent from the larger one. 3 minus 2 is 1, and you have x up first where our larger exponent was, which was down below. Now here we have y squared over y to the first power. Again, you subtract your smaller exponent from the larger one. 2 minus 1 is 1, and you have y to the first power where the larger exponent was, which was up on top. Okay. That was step 1. Step 2. Replace your y prime with m, and we're going to plug in our given point for x and y. So this is x and this is y. So we got, x equals 2, y is equal to 1. And we're going to plug that in what we just found. So negative 3 times y, so negative 3 times 1 over 2 times x, so 2 times 2. And we get m is equal to negative 3/4. And that's our answer.